Hello everyone, myself Vikesh Kumar and here I am to teach you English. Today we will read the book First Flight and this video is for the class 10th students. As you know, there are two books to read in class 10th. First one is First Flight and another is Footprint Without Feet. So today in this video we will discuss the first chapter of First Flight. The first chapter is A Letter to God. So in the chapter we will discuss the first chapter, A Letter to God. So let's start the chapter. In the first chapter, A Letter to God, there is something given before you read. So let's read the first before you read. And before starting, let me tell you about the characters. In the chapter, there are three characters. First one is Lencho, who is a farmer in the chapter. Another is postman, and third one is postmaster. Well, so let us start this. They say faith can move mountains. They say faith can move mountains. This is a proverb, you can say faith can move mountains. But what should we put our faith in? This is the question writer has asked. But what should we put our faith in? This is the question this story delicately poses. This chapter raises a question that what should we put our faith in? In which? No? In what we should put our faith? Lencho is a farmer who writes a letter to God when his crops are ruined, asking for 100 pesos. Does Lencho later reach God? Does God send him the money? Think and read the chapter and find out. So guys, so everyone, let's read. Chapter starts from the statement of Lencho. Well, see, Lencho's house was the only one house in the entire valley, and his house was situated on the crest of a low hill. First one, no first point you have to keep in mind is his house was the only house in the entire valley. Well, and his house was situated on the crest of a low hill. So let us remember. From this height, his house was situated on the crest of a low hill, and from this height, one could see the river, the field of ripe corn, dotted with flowers that always promised a good harvest. From that height, his house was situated on the crest of a low hill, and from that height, one could see the river, the field, dotted with, flowers that always promised a good harvest. When you, if you see the field full of flowers, you can think about the harvest. So the only thing the earth needed was a downpour or at least a shower. Lencho's fields need water or shower or at least downpour. Means Lencho's fields need water. Throughout the morning, Lencho, who knew his fields intimately, had done nothing else but see the sky towards the northeast. Lencho, throughout the morning, doing nothing, watching up in the sky, and he was hoping for rain. And he told his wife, "Now we are really going to get some water, woman. Now we are really going to get some water." The woman who was preparing supper replied. The woman was preparing supper. The word has been used for, the Lencho's wife. The woman who was preparing supper replied, "If God willing." The older boys of Lencho were working in the field. The older boys were working in the field, while the smaller ones were playing near the house. Until the woman called them, "Come for dinner." Well, sorry. It was during the mealtime, just as Lencho had hoped. And Lencho had predicted big drops of rain began to fall. So this is the point to be remembered. During the mealtime, big drops of rain began to fall as Lencho had predicted in the morning. In the morning he was watching up in the sky, he was looking up in the sky, and he said to his wife that we are going to get some water today. So during the mealtime, it started raining. Big drops of rain began to fall. Sorry. In the northeast, huge mountains of clouds could be seen. Could be seen approaching. The air was fresh and sweet. The man went out for no other reason than to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. And when he returned, he exclaimed, "These are not raindrops falling from the sky. These are new coins. The big drops of rain are 10 cents and the small drops of rain are 5 cents." Right? The air was fresh and sweet. In the northeast, Lencho could see, huge mountains of clouds approaching. He could see that. He was so happy and excited that he came out of his house to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. Why did he come out of his house? He came out of his house to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. And in his excitement, he told the line that these are not raindrops falling from the sky. These are new coins. Big drops of rain are 10 cents and small drops of rain are 5 cents. He told in his excitement. Well, with a satisfied expression, he regarded the field of ripe corn with its flower, draped in a curtain of rain. His field was covered in a curtain of rain. And he was very satisfied to see his field covered in the curtain of rain. But suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. But suddenly the rain changed. This is the question. How rain suddenly changed? So suddenly a strong wind began to blow, and along with the rain, very large hailstones began to fall. This truly did resemble new silver coins. Even then, Lencho was happy. And he said, "Oh, these are not hailstones, these are new silver coins." He compared hailstones to new silver coins. The boys, exposing themselves, boys got naked, ran out in the rain to collect the frozen pearls. The word pearls, Pearls, you can see, pearls has been used, the word pearls has been used here for the hailstones. So that's all in this video. We will discuss in another video up from paragraph number 4. So that's all for today. Thank you.